Hi everyone, Jessica here from Paper Ink Stamp. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to the very first paper collection release of 2023. This one is called Sweet Love and it's based of course around love. We've got Valentine's Day coming up next month, so it's going to be perfect for that, but there isn't necessarily a lot in here which is going to be specific to Valentine's Day. You've got some in the sentiment packs and you have just more love themed items. So this is going to work for Valentine's Day, for an anniversary, for just any general love crafting that you are going to be doing. So if you don't celebrate that particular holiday, you can still create lots of fun projects using this paper collection. So within here we have 4 items. We have our A5 paper pad, we have an ephemera pack, and then we have 2 sentiment packs as well. So you can purchase these items over on my website and on my Etsy shop. There will be a link in the description box down below, so do go and check those out. In addition, you can purchase the papers as individual digital downloads as an A4 page. Instead of A5, you do print it as A4. So do go check those out if you're more interested in digital downloads. At the moment, unfortunately, we are mainly shipping here in the UK. Do reach out to me though if you are outside of the UK and you do want to have the physical items. I can get you a price for delivery, but you do get the option of the digital download if you are again outside of the UK. But if you are outside and you do want to purchase the physical printed items, please reach out and again I can get you then a price for the delivery. So let's take a look at the collection itself. So again, we have the A5 paper pad, which is the first thing we are going to be looking at. So here again, the collection is called Sweet Love. This is A5 in size for the papers. And the reason I've done that is because for me personally, I'm not a huge fan of 8x8 and 6x6 inch papers. Now, I know that can be kind of controversial because most paper pads come in those sizes. But I find I get a lot of wastage that I then struggle to use. So I always end up with tons of scraps left over with my papers. And with it being A5, this is going to work for the majority of your card sizes. It's going to fit on a slimline card. It'll fit, of course, on a mini slimline. It'll fit on a 5x7. It's going to fit, 2 panels if you go that way with an A6 card. It's going to fit any other sort of standard cards that you are going to create. You can use it on other projects as well. I just felt like A5 really gave the best options in terms of fitting more things. Again, like I said, I always end up just with scraps left over with 8x8, and I find here in the UK I really struggle to use any 6x6 inch paper, so that's why I've gone for A5. So here you get 24 sheets and it's printed onto 180 GSM and it's a nice smooth cardstock. In here you have 8 different designs. You can see just the papers, like a little snippet of the papers on here. We've got some nice sort of busier kind of patterned papers and then just some more kind of simple basic patterns there as well. But you do actually get 12 designs in here. So 4 of these designs come in a landscape and a portrait orientation. And again, you're getting 2 of each of those, making it up to 12 different designs. So here we have our front cover. So you could, if you've got any sort of small pieces that you want to add to a card, you can of course just cut up the front of this sheet as well. So as I said, you are getting 12 different papers, 2 of each, and 4 of those you're getting in a landscape and a portrait orientation. And the reason I've done that is so then you have the option depending on the kind of card you are creating. So this first one here, this one is called Doodles. Again, I have designed all of these images and these papers myself. So you're getting 2 here in the landscape orientation and then you're getting 2 in the portrait. So the reason I've done this, if you want to do a portrait slimline card, then you can use this paper. If you want to do 2 A6 cards, maybe as a side fold-in portrait, then you can use the landscape orientation. So I've done it that way just to give you more options in terms of how you can use these papers, rather than kind of being a little bit stuck with only having a single orientation. You might not be able to make it work on all of your projects. So I've tried to make it as sort of friendly as possible so you really can make the most out of your papers. So in this one, like I said, this is the Doodles. So we've got the XOX, we have the cupcake, we have lovely rainbows in here, lots of little flowers, we've got the key, we've got the locks in here, we have got different speech bubbles, of course the hearts and things in here. The colour palette that I've gone for is really kind of 3 tones of pink, a nice teal and a grey as well. So I really love the colour combination, something a little bit different and kind of nice and bright as well. So again, we're getting 2 sheets of those, and again then in that portrait orientation. Then we have our X's and O's. So you're just getting 2 of these, but you can easily use each of these sheets in a portrait or landscape orientation. Again, I've done it like this. If you can't sort of use it in both ways, then you get both options. With this one, you could use it either way. So just a really nice, simple background piece there again, and we've got that in that blue teal. Then we have our spots here. I think this is going to make a really great, again, sort of just a background piece. I really love this one. I think it's going to be included in a few more of my paper collections because I think it's just a really great design. This one here, you are just getting the 2 sheets of this again because it can be used either way. Then again, another staple, which I absolutely love, is the stripes. Now, because we've got different widths of the stripes here, I think it just makes it a little bit more interesting. Again, all in that same colours. So across the papers and the ephemera, all the colours are exactly the same. So again, you're getting 2 of the stripes there. Then we have 2 of the rainbow, but you're getting 2 in the landscape and 2 in the portrait orientation. And with these, you have different sized rainbows, which has got the love hearts in the middle. I did really want to add the rainbows into the ephemera, but the way that the machine cut them out is it was cutting it all out separately, and I didn't want to mess with the design too much. So unfortunately, there aren't any of the rainbows in the ephemera pack, but you do have it in the patterned paper here. Again, one of these that I just absolutely love. So again, 2 of each of those, portrait and landscape. Then we have waves. So this is just nice block waves of that colour. Again, both of these you are getting in a portrait and landscape orientation. This one here, you know, the patterns may vary. You can see how that one has been cut down. So both pieces aren't exactly the same, but you don't need them to be exactly the same. I don't feel anyway. So I'm happy that that's the way it is. And again, a really nice, easy kind of background piece for any card or project. So that is the waves. Again, you're getting 2 of those. Then we have the pink X's and O's here. Again, exactly the same as the blue. You're getting 2 sheets, so you can use them either way, landscape or portrait orientation. And again, a really nice, again, subtle background. And then the last papers that you're getting in here, this is the speech bubbles. Again, exactly the same in the colour palette here, but we have all the different kinds of speech bubbles, some with words, some with the hearts and flowers as well. Again, you're getting these in both the portrait and landscape orientation, and you're getting 2 of each of these. So again, kind of pairing this sort of busier pattern with, you know, a less busy pattern, a more muted pattern, I think they're just going to work really nicely together. And again, then you've got the stripes and the spots there to be able to use these more busier patterns with. So that is the paper pad. I'm really happy with how all of these have turned out. And again, for me, I'm happy with the A5 because I feel like it's going to give me more options in terms of what I can create with these papers. And the fact then, again, we've got the portrait and the landscape orientation just means that it's going to work, again, for all of the card projects that you are going to want to create. Not to mention any kind of shaped cards and things like that. I just want to mention with the digital downloads, you are downloading an A4 sheet. It is borderless as long as your printer can print borderless, and then you can choose between, you know, with this particular pattern, for example, you know, all of the ones that come in both orientations, you can pick whether you want a landscape or a portrait version of that. So that is the Sweet Love A5 paper pad. Now let's look at the ephemera. So with the ephemera, you are getting roughly 45 pieces. Again, these are all drawn by me, and they all come and match the paper pad as well. So from like the doodles, a lot of these imagery have come from the doodles page, but they are printed and then cut electronically on my scan and cut machine. So again, in here, this is the Sweet Love ephemera pack. So these are printed on 230 GSM, so it is a thicker cardstock than the paper pad is, and again, roughly 45. There shouldn't be any less than 45 pieces in here. They do come in a cello bag and then on a backing sheet as well. And again, if you want to use this little backing sheet, you can use that patterned paper. It's the stripes, so included on the sentiments, it's the stripes as well. So do make sure that you're using up some of your packaging as well, just to not sort of waste anything. So in here we get a mixture, and the reason then why I've included an ephemera pack, so you probably don't see me really use a lot of ephemera here on my channel, but that's because it doesn't really tend to come with a lot of things that I buy. With the Paper Boutique, you do get the sort of embellishment pads and things with it, but it's very repetitive. A lot of it is quite big, and certainly when I've been creating with the Christmas pads, to be honest, I really struggled getting past a point of still being able to create. So with these paper collections of my own, I want to make sure that I have some form of ephemera for you guys to be able to use. So every card can be kind of different. You can just make it a bit more interesting, and you've got different sizes and just different items in here. You do get, first of all, let me pull these out. So you are getting some words in here. Let me just make sure I get them. So this pack, you either get 4 or 5 of the words. So we have hugs, sweet, kisses, and always. So again, these have come from the speech bubbles paper pad paper. You have some from the doodles as well, where some of it is handwritten, but these are all really nicely printed. So you do have, along with the sentiment strips you can purchase, you do have a couple of the nice, and it's a really great size as well. You do have some words in the ephemera. Then again, just taking more images from the papers themselves, the doodles, we have lots of hearts. We have these lovely hand-drawn flowers as well, again, that come in different sizes, the different colors, and you do have the leaves in here as well, which again you'll be getting in different sizes. I want to make sure that you do get a good amount of leaves to kind of go with those flowers. Again, all following the same sort of style in terms of how I've drawn all of these, and then that colour as well. We've got the cupcake, which I absolutely love. So in this pack you have 2 of the big ones, and then as a small ones. Absolutely love this cupcake here. It comes from the Doodles page. So we have those. We have the love envelopes there as well, again, different colors, different sizes. We have the hearts with the arrow through them. We have just the regular hearts there in the 2 different sizes as well. We've got the speech bubbles with the hearts. We have got the locks and keys as well, again in 2 sizes. So again, I've tried to kind of vary those sizes as well, again, just to keep things interesting for you. So we've got those. We've got the and signs as well. I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to remember what its official name is, because I can't remember, but you've got those. You do get a smaller version of that as well. Oh, there we go. So we do have a 5th one of the words. That one is love. Oh, there they are. So with the smaller ones, it's not able to cut out the centerpieces, but in the bigger ones, you have got that. Again, 230 GSM. So you got a nice thickness. You'll be able to shape them very slightly, but they will be able to kind of hold up. So you can see all the pieces that we have. Again, those flowers. We've got all the hearts here. Absolutely lots of bits and pieces to create your cards. You can also pick up multiple ephemera packs as well. So if you are planning to kind of create lots of cards, then you have enough ephemera to kind of go around. I also thought about creating mini albums. So anyone who does do any mini albums, all of these like little smaller pieces, the big words and things is going to work perfectly for any mini album creators as well, because you just got those little bits of embellishment on there. So again, the colours are matching in, and again, it's picking up then that imagery from your paper pad. So they're going to work really, really perfectly all together. So now let's take a look at the sentiment strip. So you've got two versions here. You've got a black and a white version. So depending on what your style is and how you kind of want to use these, you can choose which ones you want. The sentiments included are exactly the same. These ones are still printed on white cardstock, but this has the black background with the white writing, and this is white with then the black writing on there. This, despite being printed onto white, is a really lovely deep black. This has come out better than I could have hoped it was going to. But again, just depending on how you use these, what your style is, you can choose again the colour that you want. So there are roughly 50 included. I actually think there's slightly more than 50 in each pack, but you're getting at least 50 in here. They're printed onto 180 GSM smooth card, which is the same as the papers. And yeah, they've become quite popular in the last sort of 12 months or so as a really easy way of adding a sentiment onto your card. If you don't want to, you know, pull out a stamp set or have to find something, you know, these are a real quick, easy way of adding a sentiment and that little finishing touch to your project. So I wanted to include these in both packs. You get exactly the same sentiments in here. They have already been trimmed down into strips, as you can see. I have done a small amount of testing, but I'm not going to make any claims here, but I have coloured over this with a Copic marker and it didn't smudge the ink too much. I have an inkjet printer. It's not a laser printer. As far as I'm aware, you won't be able to foil onto these, but the white ones you will be able to, I'm pretty sure you'll be able to ink over them, you know, with any kind of inks, more dye-based inks, I would imagine, than kind of something like an oxide ink. And again, as a small amount of testing using a Copic sketch marker. So I'm not claiming that you can colour these in with a alcohol marker without it smudging. I would give it a go and see what your results are. I personally haven't done enough testing with the white ones here to say that it can absolutely do that and your results are going to be amazing. So let's take a look what's included here. So again, you get that backing sheet, which you can use again if you want to. So these, you've got some different sizes in here. Now, what I have done is I've left all the lengths. You can see the lengths are different. It's just based on how they've been printed. But I've left all of these exactly how they are. All I've done is just cut them into strips. So for this one, for example, you can see you've got a lot of space either side. I've left it like that so you can 100% do what you want with this. If you want to cut it into a point, if you want to cut it into a banner, you can do that. If you want to have it coming in, you know, from the side of your card and cut that bit, you can do that. I've left it so you have as much choice as possible. So let's just go through some of these. Some of them you'll get one of each, you'll get two of each, some of them you might get three. And again, I've done them in different font sizes so that you get a variation as well. And what I love about these actually is the size of them. I do think they're a really great size, and I think they're gonna stand out nicely on your cards and projects. So we have Forever and Always, Happy Valentine's Day, You Have the Key to My Heart, Will You Be My Valentine, You and Me, Love Comes in All Shapes and Sizes, To Someone Special, we have Happy Together, Love You Forever, Sharing the Love, and this again is a nice smooth cardstock here. We have another Love Is Forever, Happy Galentine's Day. So in this, what I've done, like I've said, is I've tried to not make it specifically for Valentine's Day. You have Valentine's Day sentiments in here and slight Valentine's Day themes in the papers, but it is not specifically for that. With the sentiments, you know, you could just get the sentiment pack if you wanted to, if you already had papers or a stamp set, but I've tried to include as many different kinds of sentiments as possible, so you really get a variation on, you know, whatever it is that you want to be creating. So you've got a Happy Galentine's Day, Valentine's Day, To Someone Special, Sharing the Love. It might be that you just want to send someone a loving card. It might be an anniversary. It might be a birthday, but you know, that might just be the theme that you're going for. So it could be on your special day. I don't think that's a sentiment, but it doesn't mean that you can't find a sentiment in here that will work. All You Need Is Love, Be Mine, You have my heart. So again, I've tried to really kind of open this up as much as possible. Sending you love. So again, that could be for maybe more of a sympathy card. I heart you. Lots of love. You've got a simple love there. And again, don't forget you can put all of these together as well. Again, you get a smaller Valentine's Day there. You make me smile. Again, as like a thinking of you card maybe. Celebrating us, maybe an anniversary. We have always. Again, happy Valentine's Day. Our love is so sweet. Be my Valentine, question mark. Key to my heart. And again, some of these then will go with the pieces in the ephemera. You have a key and a lock in there with the doodles in the paper pad. You know, that's going to go with that as well. All you need is love. Be my Galentine, question mark. So if you're sending a card to your best friend, perfect for that. You are so sweet. Could be a thank you card. To someone special, could be a birthday card. A lifetime is not long enough. Our love has bloomed. So again, it could be then you use it with the flowers that are in the ephemera pack. You to me are perfect. Be mine. So you've got be mine with a question mark, be mine without a question mark. You and me, sending lots of love. Again, we have a love. Love you so much. XOXO. You have the key to my heart. You've got a bigger XOXO there. You are awesome. Again, could be, you know, a completely different kind of card. You are simply the best. Sending hugs and kisses. Happy Valentine's Day. Sweet love. So again, could go with the cupcake. I love you. I like you a lot. So if you don't want to commit too much. Happy Gal Day. Celebrating us, and be my Valentine. So hopefully you can see that you know, you have lots of options in here. Even if it was the sentiment pack that you wanted to get, you've got tons of options in here. The font in this sentiment set is the same as what you've got in my Ultimate Sentiment Builder stamp set, this one here, which is very used by me. Same font in there, and I just think it works really nicely. If you wanted to take, for example, from the ephemera pack, so let's just pull out, so you could have the you know, always, and you can pair that then with the I love you, just as an example there. So you can add in any other big words. I do also still have available the Ultimate Big Words stamp set as well, so you've got then just sentiment strips to kind of go with that, and again then go with the ephemera pieces as well. So if you had that, for example, you could put that there. We could add a lovely little flower and just tuck it in under there, trim down your sentiments, you know, and you can start kind of building up your pieces really, really easily, and then including your papers as well. So those are the white sentiments there. As I said, the black sentiments are exactly the same. They are just printed onto black, or they're printed with a black background, should I say. So again, all exactly the same. You're getting the different sizes of font in here, so different thicknesses. You are getting the variation exactly the same, but you know, you're getting that real lovely dark black sentiment there, which I think is just going to be absolutely lush. And again, I love the size of these. You know, they're not super tiny. You do have the smaller ones, but they're not just so tiny where they're going to get lost on your cards and projects. So I really love the black ones because I think it does help to stand out. But again, there's lots that you can do with the white ones. So do check all 4 of these items out. So over the next few weeks, I am going to be using this paper collection, creating different kinds of cards, using the sentiments, the ephemera with the paper pad to show you how you can use this. I might even maybe throw in a mini album of some description to show you that it's not just about paper crafting, for how you can use this paper collection. So I'm really happy. I'm really excited to share this with you guys. So definitely go over onto my website and check out this collection. And again, don't forget there is the digital A4 papers you can download from the paper pad. So So that's going to be it for this video. So if you aren't subscribed to my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on my next uploads. So definitely come back for more inspiration on using this Sweet Love paper collection of mine. I am going to be releasing hopefully a paper collection every month, so you will find new products every month and more inspiration on how to use kind of kits and things like this. It's going to be perfect if you are new to crafting, if you want to make some easy cards, or if you want to incorporate this in with some other items that you do have in your stash as well. So again, you'll find some links in the description box down below, so make sure you go ahead and check those out. Make sure you come back for more inspiration using this Sweet Love paper collection. That's going to be it for this video. Thanks very much for watching and happy crafting.